Hello everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here with another speculation video. This time it's for items we might see from the Hercules movie to come to the Storybook Vale. I have already done one of these videos for Brave, and I do plan to do one for Tangled as well, and Flynn's arrival. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this and discuss some things that I think we might potentially see. So yeah, let's just get into it. The first thing that I want to talk about is companions. We already know what companions are coming with the actual DLC. So my speculation for this would be a premium store item. I just want to stress that. I don't think it would be a sort of a piece that comes within the regular DLC. I do think if it came, it would be premium shop. And that would be a Cerberus companion. Now, we already have a cat in game. I think it's only a matter of time before we start seeing some dogs too. And one of those that I reckon it could be Cerberus. Now, in the movie Hercules, Cerberus is actually quite massive. He's substantial. He's a beast. So I don't think we'll get him quite like we see in the movie, but I could see a smaller, maybe cutified version of Cerberus, a cute three-headed dog. I think that would be absolutely adorable to come to the premium shop. I would probably say of all the items that I'm gonna discuss, this is probably the one that's least likely to happen, but it is something that I think would be fun and exciting. So I would totally love to see a little Cerberus companion. I think that could be like so adorable. Now, the next item, we're going to move into some furniture pieces. The first thing I want to discuss is actually the underworld table that Hades has. It's kind of like a war table. He does all his plotting around it and things like that. There's not a lot of furniture that we see tied into Hades. So I do think, because this is quite a substantial piece, we could see a round circular table like this. In terms of other sort of furniture pieces, we do know that the lighting that we see within the underworld is coming to the game. That's already been previewed. So I could see some more maybe kind of like gothic inspired furniture pieces to tie in with Hades. You know, we've got the standing lamps. Perhaps we could get a wall lamp variant or things like that. I could definitely see us with something to tie in with that aesthetic, a gothic window or something like that. In terms of something else that we do see in game, when Hades goes to the underworld for the first time, we do see him in this boat. I definitely think the boat could be something that we could get. We do have quite a few boats in game. We had a few boats with the Rift in Time DLC. There was a dinghy we got in the premium shop to tie into Pirates of the Caribbean. We also have like the Trader Sam's or whatever, the like Jungle Cruise stuff, which comes with a couple of boats. So to see a kind of gothic style boat, I think would be very, very fun, to be honest. And I think it's distinct enough that it would warrant coming to the game. As I said, you know, we do have a few other boats already, but I feel like this is different enough to be something else to consider. We do also see Hades have a chariot within the movie that he uses when he flies up to Olympus. We do have kind of like carriages in game. You know, we've got Ariel's carriage in the bundle, her bundle. We also have the Cinderella pumpkin carriage. So they're not adverse to doing kind of like travel items, if that makes sense, like cars and stuff like that. So I think we could see his chariot. I don't think we would see like a horse pulling it. We would just get the kind of like carriage part of the chariot, if that makes sense. And I think that would tie in nicely as decor, something you could use around Hades' home and things like that. So I think that would be a very cool piece to have. Another piece that I think we could see would actually be the throne that Hades summons when he gets to Mount Olympus. So as he begins to take over Mount Olympus, he does sort of summon a chair that he sits in, and he has his little martini and things like that. Again, sort of a furniture piece that I could see. You know, we do have quite a lot of different chairs and things like that within the game. So to have a throne for Hades would be quite cool. You know, we've got a throne for Ursula, we have a throne for Maleficent. So having a throne for Hades honestly would be pretty iconic. And I think it would be a very, very cool piece to have. It's definitely something that I would like to see. We also have, at the beginning of the film, we do see a potion that Hades creates or summons, and he gives to Pain and Panic to basically get rid of Hercules. I don't know how much I could say on YouTube without getting like flagged, but yeah, to eliminate Hercules. And I could see that as a little cute little aesthetic, a glowing potion bottle. There was like a potion-y kind of bottle that we got in the last update. So it's not something that I think they would be against, and because of how it kind of glows, it could be quite cool in terms of decor. You know, I think of Isma's potion bottles, the large ones, you know, that glow. We could have a smaller little purpley coloured one to tie in with Hades from Hercules, and I think that would be really, really cute, really cool to have. I have done a lot of talking here so far just on Hades related items, because honestly I think that's what we'll see the majority of. There is already sort of like a Hercules bundle in the game that you can get, that came in the premium shop. I'm pretty sure it came in the premium shop, and it had like a chair, it had like a kind of like an archway and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how much we would see that's more related to Hercules and Megara, because I feel like those items would be left for when they come in the game. Because I say when they come in the game, because I do genuinely believe there's a lot of characters that are going to come. We don't know when, we don't know yet, and it could take a while, it could take a year or two or whatever, but I think there's certain characters that we will definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, see in the game, and Hercules and Megara are two of those characters. They will come at some point, it's just when, in my honest opinion. So I do think there's a lot of sort of the lighter structures in terms of like pillars, statues, things like that, that I do think would actually come more so with Megara and Hercules. So I think a lot of the aesthetics that we are going to get from Hades coming to the game are probably going to be a bit more darker to fit that gothic underworld aesthetic. We do see some things in Mythopia, like we see some sort of marble Colosseum structures, so I think we'll obviously get those. We'll get some broken down pillars. They do show a snapshot of a like an urn, a Greek vase thing. I don't know what you call it. So yeah, we could see some items like that as well come to the game, but I think a lot of the things that are going to surround Hades are going to be the more darker gothic aesthetics. But that being said, I do have thoughts about potentially another premium shop item perhaps, and that would be the sandals you see in the movie that is it Pain wears? I think Pain wears the sandals. And I would love to have those in game. I would love them to be a Scrooge like item in terms of what you could wear. The bright coloured Hercules sandals. I think they would be rather dashing to wear. But I also think, because we do have the Megara dress in game, we could perhaps see Hercules dress come to the game as well. If it does come, I do think it's likely to be a premium shop. Gameloft are leaning a bit more towards putting character outfits in the premium shop. Not all. We did have Audrey's outfit, for instance, come to the regular base game store. I do think the Raya outfit that has been seen is going to be the Scrooge store because they show it in the Scrooge store. So that's not to say they don't ever put items in the Scrooge store. They certainly have done and will continue to do so, I imagine. But I just feel like something like Hercules' outfit could potentially be a premium store outfit. So that's something that I would like to see, would be Hercules' outfit. And like I said, the iconic Hercules sandals that we see. It does look like we had a sneak peek of an outfit that is going to come with Hades, a kind of Grecian army uniform in sort of the black and blue colours that Hades has. So I do think that's going to be our level 10 friendship reward. So in terms of outfits, I think if we do get any other clothing pieces, they could potentially be premium shop or Scrooge shop. Because I do think that outfit we see for with Hades and the Avatar, that's the level 10 friendship reward. Perhaps. Obviously, we don't know for certain, but that is what I would estimate and assume. But yeah, I think that's the main things that I expect to potentially see come to the game from the Hercules universe, specifically Hades, to tie into. Yeah, there wasn't a lot when I was watching the film that really stood out to me as items that could potentially come to the game. And as I said, there were some things that I debated. You know, some of the items that Hercules uses during training, I was like, well, okay, they'll probably more likely come with Hercules. And with Megara, there's a lot of sort of statues that you see during her love song that she sings. I won't say I'm in love. During that sequence, there's a lot of really, really cool Grecian sort of inspired statues and things like that. But I think if they came into the game, they're probably more likely to come in with Hercules and Meg. That's just my assumptions. Obviously, I could be wrong. This is all just speculation. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to potentially getting some really gothic inspired items come with Hades. I do like that some of the villains kind of come with a darker aesthetic. You know, I love the Maleficent throne that we got in the premium shop. I know that's not an item that came with a character, but just sort of thinking to tie in some of the Ursula inspired items, you know, from her bundle, but also in terms of the Little Mermaid collection, you know, the Ursula throne, some of the table pieces, like there's like a dark purple table and a purple lamp that ties in with her. So I do like those darker aesthetics often. And yeah, I think Hades could certainly bring quite a few cool items, really unique items to the game. Now, if there's anything that you've thought of that you think could come to the game from Hercules, feel free to leave that in the comments down below. I would love to see what ideas you all come up with of what you think may come to the game with Hades. So yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. I will be doing one of these videos for Tangled as well, and I have already done one for Brave. So check that out if you haven't done so already. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave it a little thumbs up. And to all my subscribers and channel members, huge thank you and shout out to you for being absolutely awesome people. But I will leave this one here. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!